What's up, Thrallers? Miller here.
Jim and John.
And we are here for another Denver Death Fest roundup, gear up, I guess, if you will, interviews.
Yeah.
Talking with Maul today. And you guys will be on Friday night, right?
Yep, the 21st.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be better about looking up the dates on when exactly everyone's playing. It's all one big trip for me, one big party.
That's gonna be a wild weekend. We're actually hanging out on the 20th. We don't go to any shows, so we're just chilling.
Right on. Oh, well, I mean, 420 in Denver. I mean, you know.
Yeah, man.
One of the best
I'll be there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep, I'll be down there. I want to go early because I've always wanted to UFO hunt in the northern New Mexico, southwest Colorado, because I'm a nerd. So no one else wants to do it, so I'm going to go sleep in the middle of the fucking desert by myself. Fuck everybody.
I just don't want to drive. That's it. I just don't want to do a fucking drive from Ohio to Denver. I'm like this madman. So
hey, man, I'm fucking Terminator. You guys aren't coming too far, though, right? Down to Denver? It's not too far of a hike for you?
No, because it's part of a tour that we're doing. So we're actually playing Colorado Springs and Albuquerque the few days before. So we're making our way up from California.
Oh, nice. When will you be in Albuquerque?
On the 18th.
You know what? There may be a possibility I'll be at that show, man.
Yeah, no,
swinging right through Albuquerque, man. And I was looking to see if any of you cats were doing shows around, because I know you guys had a few shows, and Pyrexia had a few shows. I was trying to catch one of you guys or some of the guys going up there.
So we're actually doing 16 days with Gorgatron, who's another band from Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
We're starting out next week and hitting Spokane and Seattle, Portland, Sacramento. We're working all the way around. That's kind of on the tail end of the Denver Death Fest, and then we only have Kansas City and Omaha after that. So
right on. We actually have an interview with Gorgatron later this evening.
Yep.
So
yep. Yeah, and when our boy Zach is a promoter from Swinging News Productions that we work with, who, without him, man, the show probably wouldn't be what it is for sure. He's the man. And he got you guys on there. And I know I immediately went to this dude. I was like, dude, that's fucking sick. Maul's
it was a surprise for me. I didn't even know you guys were going to be on the bill. Zach one day we were in the chat and he was like, so Maul's playing. I was like, really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. It's wild that there's people stoked on that. You know what I mean? Well, I know we've been touring a lot, but I still think of us as just a band from North Dakota. So when states away, people are like, oh shit, Maul's coming. It's like, oh yeah, let's go, let's rock, let's party.
Right. I mean, you guys' last record was fucking killer.
Oh
yeah,
fucking killer. I jam that record all the time. It was it made my honorable mentions for my top 40 last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, it was the reception on that was again just wild, you know what I mean? You don't know what to expect, especially a first record or just, the first time a lot of people are really hearing you, hearing you. Even though we've been a band for 5 years now,
well, it only takes that one just album, man, that one cohesive thing that you put together that really grabs people, and that's all it takes, man. And that album certainly did that for me. It was first I heard it, man. Fucking killer. It spoke to me in a lot of ways, man.
Thank you. That's fucking awesome to hear, dude.
That's
badass. We put a lot of time and love into that throughout, obviously a dark period. And, the result of it, you know what I mean? That was our one rock, was getting together once a week, twice a week maybe, and cooking, just cooking.
I mean, that was our theory with the pandemic anyway, was that we were hoping that a lot of bands would, kind of dig deep and put out bangers of albums.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because you had that whole fucking time period where everything's up in the air anyway, and everyone's all confused, and we know a lot of people were angry. We were just hoping a lot of bangers would get released, and you guys were one of them. So.
There was absolutely a ton of them, you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. And a lot of new bands or bands that, like you said, like you guys yourselves, you haven't been in that, projected into that mainstream kind of metal thing yet, or until the last album, of course. But like you guys on Death, 200 Stab Wounds, even old guys like Kurt and Max, man, their albums were killer during that were written in that time. So, it was a curse for society, but it was kind of a blessing for some people that are continuously busy, continuously touring and stuff like that. It really gave them a really just put on the foot on the brake. Stop.
I think it was just finding that right outlet, to be creative with and channel all that shit, because everything was fucking unknown. So
I mean, it was the same for us with Thralls of Metal. That was the only way we had to get together too. Without the channel, I don't know what I would have done. So
right, yeah. I mean, I did from shout out Warflurch, shout out Mike. But he was doing like Warflurch Wednesday, like live chats on Instagram. And then I started doing Maul Mondays and just like talking, like bullshitting, drinking, smoking for like 3 hours with bands across the country, getting to know them. And then once things opened up and started touring, get to meet those people and hang out, you already got like solid friendships. And it's like, there was a lot of like blessings in, I guess, the social media age of not being able to do anything. It was like, well, we can still socialize somehow, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It put a different kind of dynamic on relationships and stuff, and it's kind of weird sometimes because you've met these people online, you talk to them, and you feel that connection like you would with a brother or anyone that you would like physically see. And then when you get to that point where you actually see them, it's like, oh, brothers don't shake hands, brothers got a hug. It's like, really, this is the first time you've met this person, but just years of whatever, of just communicating through chat or text or email or video call or whatever, it's cool that we can still get those interpersonal connections and communications with other people and still, be able to maintain social distance or whatever when we had to do that thing. Now, thankfully, we don't have to. And now those communication lines are still open, and now we can just meet in person now and fucking have a good time, have some beers together. Don't have to worry about that shit. But I think it was an awesome opportunity for a lot of bands to really hone in on their craft and really dial in a sound or an idea or a concept that they wanted for an album or a song or whatever. And it's shown, like we've said, that it's just bangers coming out, and it's giving the creative people of metal genre an opportunity to really hone in something and not be so absorbed with bookings and tours and this and this thing and this photo shoot and this video. When the doors open for creativity, this is what you get killer fucking shit. And I hope it carries over with a lot of people and really realizing like, hey, we should take our time with this.
Yeah, like you said, like you're just really honing your craft, your tools, and then like that doesn't leave. Like now maybe some other things are easier, or I don't know. You're always just learning, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Learning and adapting and fucking going with the flow.
So you guys working on stuff, I would imagine right now for a next album. You guys got some ideas down?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a good handful of songs that are getting tightened up. We're actually doing, it's been announced when we did the signing with 20 Bucks Spin last month, but we're doing a 2-song promo, like a little mini release with them as like part of the, like, hold on tight for the next LP, but one of those will probably make the album, and then, we got, like I said, we got a good, I think 4 songs other than those 2 that we're figuring out and crafting. So, but well, we're hoping to hit the studio by next November, December to track LP2 as well. But we're hitting the studio in May to do that 2-song.
Right on.
So that'll be out hopefully in the fall, like right away, quick turnaround.
I think 20 Bucks Spin will be a good home for you, man. I fucking love 20 Bucks Spin. That label is full of fucking killer shit.
It's fucking unreal. Like, just as a nerd for this shit, like, that's a lot of my favorite bands are coming from them. Like, it's cool to have that banner with us, and I know that we're kind of maniacs when it comes to being on the road. Just having an excuse to fly that flag for them too is, I don't know. It feels powerful.
Yeah, 100%. It's weird. Before I got linked up with Natalie and Andrea to get a hold of you guys for an interview, I was like, Oh man, I wonder what Maul's on. Oh, Maul's on $20 spin now. Oh, $20 spin loves us. Yeah, this should be easy.
And we love $20 spin.
Yeah, shout out Natalie too.
Yep.
Yeah, Natalie's awesome. She's such a cool chick. Like super down.
One of the hardest workers out there right now, holding it down. For the Midwest.
100%. Yep.
Like, holy almost bad fun.
Yeah, and the fact that she maintains her fucking badass cool like attitude, or fucking totally approachable. She's an awesome chick. If you ever get
that's a real one, you know.
Yep.
Some people just got it like that.
But yeah, it's kind of nice that some of these promoters are really turning to being band focused and making sure that bands are being taken care of. You know, years and years and years ago, it wasn't quite that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of nice that it's coming around full circle, and it's kind of getting to the point where the bands and the comfort, you know, keeping the bands comfortable, no stress. Like the last thing you want when you show up to a show is like, okay, you guys got to switch your shit in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like fuck that. That's not relaxing. You know, bands should be relaxed and ready to fucking jam, and it makes for a much more, enjoyable experience.
We kind of look at it like, you know, just the quicker we get our shit out and set up, the more time we have to fucking chill, you know. So let's just do it.
Right.
Let's just do it. And then, because I mean, it is a lot of constant work on the road, especially, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, waking up, we're hitting the fucking road 7 a.m. or whatever it is, or we're doing an overnight shift, and then crashing on a couch for a little bit in the morning, like that 10 a.m. hour when we pull into town.
Right.
And then we'll fuck around town and get lunch and shit. But I don't know why I even started talking about that, I guess.
No, it's all road talk, man.
Yeah, it's road talk. But it's more about the like constant go, but there's like something that we're like conscious about and talk about is like taking time for ourselves and out of the van. Like we stop at parks and just fucking chill. You know what I mean? Like we make it a point to get to a town early to just do that, you know what I mean? Like some of these like reserves or like in Colorado Springs or just outside of Colorado Springs, the Garden of the Gods and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just really good to treat yourself, you know what I mean, and get out of the van, off the road. That because it's like you want to be that like hitter, but your health and space is more important too. I don't know.
Sure.
Mental well-being. Yep. I'm sure that definitely affects it. That's really cool. You guys check out parks and stuff. I'm a sucker for that. Like my trip is going through a bunch of national parks. The big one is the Ute Mountain range down there in Southwest. But Garden of the Gods was on my list if I can make it.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
I've heard. Yep. And then I'm definitely making Mount Evans. Have you ever made that drive up Mount Evans?
No, I have not.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty accessible. You can drive your car straight up there. It's
Wait, where is it?
In Colorado. Okay, yeah, Mount Evans.
No, I haven't. That's more western then, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not much. I mean, 20 minutes, maybe. Okay. 20, 30 minutes. But the drive up there is probably a good hour. You know, you're going uphill. But yeah, you can drive straight up there and then look off, 15,000 feet, just right down.
Take a big old fat joint with you. And,
always strapped. Always strapped.
Yeah, especially in Denver.
So are we. So
you guys are getting around the 20th. You get coming in like that morning or getting there in the night or?
Well, we play Colorado Springs the 19th, and I think we're crashing there. And we might do Garden of the Gods again, honestly, and then take our time getting into Denver.
That's smart, man. Yeah. Go to it.
But we'll be hanging out the 20th and the 21st all day, just gonna, just one of those relaxing times,
Right on.
Yeah.
It should be a good time. I'm genuinely looking forward to all of this.
Yeah, me too. And when you're there, take pictures, man. I want to see them. You'll have to show me pictures if I don't make it there.
And then the 21st, we'll tear the shit out of the venue and fucking rock out.
Fucking A, man.
We genuinely look forward to it.
Yeah. And then this time last time we played Denver, we played Kansas City afterwards, and we didn't take into account the time change. That was one of those where we missed the first two bands and showed up to basically load straight onto stage. and sound check and go.
Oh, that sucks.
We did it. You know what I mean? Like, we got everything on stage. They were starting to set everything up in sound check. I ran and got the merch table set up and was throwing shit. Went up there, sound check, hit our fucking set. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those moments where you just gotta be on it. Yeah. We felt fucking awful, obviously, but we just, I don't know why that time change didn't even, just maybe it's too much weed. I don't know.
Well, sometimes you don't.
I mean,
well, Chris,
I'm sorry.
You're all right.
We're going through the fucking 17th season change this week in Ohio. So
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
North Dakota hasn't been pleasant either.
No, I don't imagine so.
Yeah, we're kind of on that same line in the whatever latitude.
Actually, you know what? I've never been to North Dakota. That's one of like 6 states I've never been to. I've been to South Dakota.
I think that's probably okay.
Yeah.
There's really nothing here, man. Unless you want to come see a sick death metal show.
Well, always.
Yeah,
that's why we're all here.
Yeah, no shit. Fargo definitely has that. They got
Fargo's scene is really cool, from death metal, fucking thrash, punk, hardcore.
Yeah.
It's all kind of interwoven too, just because it's a smaller spot. So we're all the same team, all friends anyway. It makes shows really fun atmosphere.
You guys got what, Phobophilic and
we got Gorgatron.
Yeah.
We got Pursuit, who's like thrashy death metal, like very fast stuff.
Okay.
Somebody just turned me on to Pursuit. Actually, the lead singer Cathexis just turned me on to Pursuit.
Fuck yeah! No, they're very sick. Their live show is insane. One of the tightest bands in town.
Nice.
There's Thrall Frost for black metal. Yeah, I could list a bunch of shit probably. Mm-hmm.
How do you approach writing? Do you kind of jam, let the the dudes jam it out and just kind of like sit there and nod your head and hum some patterns? Or
with every song that we write, we're always together. It's from rehearsal, so all 5 of us or 4 of us with the bassist can't make it just to the schedules or whatever it is. And yeah, it's a lot of like, we're all contributing like where it could go, or like ideas or different parts, transitions and shit. And while we're doing that, I'm kind of soaking it all in and getting the vibe, or like like a good feeling of how things are going. I don't necessarily do patterns too much, but I guess that's probably not true. I'm always thinking of how to like flow around the riff too. You know what I mean?
Kind of make it stand out from it and not be so on point.
Yeah, I kind of want. I always like want to dance with it and like let riffs breathe, and
that's super important.
Yeah, I think so. Just allowing space makes things more dynamic too, Mm-hmm. And then I might come up with like a line or a couple lines or a title idea from feeling that vibe, and then I just go to town from that. And then as the song keeps getting, changed up or tightened up by the guys, I'm tightening up my lyrics and changing lines. And so they kind of all come together at once, because we spend really a lot of time with each song, or a couple songs at a time. Yeah, like especially these last 2 that we've done, it's been like that, which I just tracked pre-pro vocals for last night.
Nice. Did it go well?
Yeah, it went cool. We just had a beta SM58 mic, just pretty straight up. But
hey, if it ain't,
it was more so like, it was interesting because the second song is more like really doomy, and I wanted the story. I had the story written out, and I knew it was going to work with the parts, but we've never practiced it fully as a band. So tracking the vocals was like the first time I had to like see how things would fall out, and I kind of love that. Like, I just let it kind of. So I did a few scratch takes. I'm like, oh, I like that. Let's tighten that. Like, let me nail that part after seeing what I need to cut or how it'll lay. And I like that natural feeling of that, I guess. I don't know. and I'll still tighten up before we hit the studio. But
yeah,
I'll be like, oh, I could do that better. You know what I mean, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be kind of cool. You can be like, just rewind that part instead of like waiting 5 minutes for everyone to tone down and the drummer to stop fiddling, and then be like, okay, play that from that part. It's easier just hit rewind and play.
Yeah, so sometimes it's free flow like that, and sometimes I have it really dialed in, and because we've been jamming it a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome. So the other guys work with lyric ideas too at some point, and they take in from it, or do you offer up ideas for riffs? Like, hey, man, what if you chunk that out a little bit, or drag those quarter notes?
I definitely contribute a lot with like, yo, hear me out, and you know, I have no like fucking musical talent or like instrument talent, but I'm like, yo, if you just like do that again but change up the drum beat here, or fucking add a transition, use it as a transition part, or yo, what if we hit a two-step right after this, you know what I mean? It just feels like a natural release part. Or lyrical ideas or some concepts have been tossed up that we've used, or like even art ideas, like the album art was originally kind of sketched out on a little piece of paper by our guitarist Lamb, and it had like a face instead of hands and like little figures and stuff, and like we kind of pieced that with how this Seraphic Punishment song was going together, and then it hashed into bringing that idea to Jason Barnett, and then he transformed it to his thing. So yeah, that was a cool little pattern.
Nice. That's awesome. I really love the fact that you guys are so collaborative in that, and like really have what a band should be, in my opinion, is like a brotherhood that understands and it's not afraid to say something, and not afraid, you know, and know that they're not going to take offense or take it personally if you have problems. And those are the bands that make it. Yeah, in my opinion.
It's about the feel. Like I say this in a lot of interviews, I guess, but if five minds are fucking vibing, like there's what's wrong with it, you know what I mean? And we're not going to let that pass if someone's not feeling it. Like, what could we do to tighten it up or change it, you know what I mean? Like there is a lot of times like, maybe not that, you know what I mean, try this, and then it works or it evolves into something else.
So is there ever a point at which maybe there are competing ideas, and what do you guys do in that? Do you take both ideas? Okay, let's play it this way.
It's kind of just a hear me out thing. Like Robbie a lot of times will just be like, yo, this might get exhausting, but just keep playing that riff, just keep playing that section, and he'll try out like 4 different drum beats, you know what I mean? And you can see him cooking and adding something a little bit different each time, and then he's like, okay, and then you really see him channel it, and then next time we hit the song, and it's just like,
awesome.
That's awesome. That's how it should be.
Collaborative cooking.
Yep. Because the drummer will do the same thing for you, guitarist, if you ask nicely.
He'll even do it for the dummy vocalist that is like, try that, and he's like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Dude, that's me all the time. Drummer talk. Or then I'll do something like, okay, yeah, do that, but then reverse all your snares and your kicks and make them opposite each other. And then he's like, what?
What are you talking about, dude? No, I'm going upstairs. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
But then we put it down. It's like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So November, December. So you guys are looking probably 2024 for something coming out full length.
Yep, that's the plan.
That's awesome. You guys shooting videos for the two, like kind of demos or singles you released?
We are shooting a video for one of them.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, and it'll actually be. It's at the end of our summer tour. We're doing a homecoming show, and we're making a music video shoot for one of those songs. So, it'll be just like a crazy crowd cam and spliced together type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of the song, and the night. You know.
That's awesome. Yeah, shooting videos has got to be fun, I'd imagine. Has the experience been overall with the ones you've done already pretty enjoyable? Or is
the one we did. We've done 2. One with super DIY, like just recording in our garage, our first practice spot or our second practice spot. Oh, excuse me. And then part of a live show. The second one was like with a film studio at the time, who got like an art grant, and they've been writing film type thing, like short films and plays and stuff like that. So this was like full theatrical that we actually like I acted in. I don't know if you've seen the Monarchy of Mold video.
I haven't.
Okay.
But I will.
Yeah, check it out. It's really like dark, like in color sense. Like I wish it was a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super sick. Like we had our drummer's girlfriend, Steph, was acting in it. I acted in it under a big hood and like I basically looked like a 10-foot fucking Reaper type thing, you know.
Nice.
Where we went to the middle of North Dakota, like at like sky viewing point in the middle of the night, and did 2 overnight shoots with just like torches and I can't remember what those lights are called. Really fancy LED lights that you can make do whatever, like look like fire and shit like that.
Oh, like the can lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. The DMX controllable can lights.
They're wild. I like walked through a lake in the middle of the night in that shit, like to get a shot that you can barely see because it's so dark. But that was like a wild experience, you know. But it was fun.
Night can be rough.
Yeah, it was fun. It was wearing like this fucking hard hat that had an extension and then a skull. And then I had a big cloak hood to go over that. So like I wore that for like 6 hours overnight. God. That was kind of rough.
I can see that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a lot
of right?
Yeah. Whatever it takes to get that feeling across, or that image in that case, that image of that big dude. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, check it out. It's on we have a YouTube channel, so. All right, first question that comes to your head.
First question that comes into my head.
In my head?
What's the first thing you're going to eat when you get in Denver? Where's the place you're going, man? Because that's what I want to go. Do you have a spot
when I'm in Denver? Ooh, I haven't thought about it. So we're big on finding vegan spots.
Okay, cool.
Even though none of us are vegan, I'm vegetarian, but like North Dakota doesn't have good food like that, so it's kind of fun to just see what the town has to offer, and a lot of those end up being vegan spots.
You said you're vegetarian?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian.
Oh, my girlfriend's vegetarian. Oh, you guys will get along great.
Yeah, I'm coming up on like 5 years of that shit. So.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
I've been to a couple cool spots in Denver. I can't think of fucking names. Sputniks or some shit like that.
Sputniks.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know yet. We'll figure that out when the day comes.
Are you guys are foodies then a little bit? We
like to find them. We're the type to get to a venue early, load in, and then what's in walking distance of like the bars to see or the food to see. We try to get the locals word. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Like fuck Google. We use Google for like walking directions, but we want the locals word on where to go.
Yep, I do the same thing, man.
And we'll do that with like vintage shops or anything really. You know what I mean? Any kind of sightseeing.
Oh, sure. Sweet. So you guys get into the vintage, like thrift store type shit too?
It's cool to piece around. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't often want to spend $80 on an old T-shirt, but sometimes.
Yeah, depending on the shirt.
I mean, you're talking. I personally have like 270 band shirts. I don't give a fuck, man. I'll spend.
Yeah, I've got a lot of shirts. That's the problem already. But in Cincinnati, I bought a Dale Earnhardt football jersey from like '95. That was definitely worth $100. So
right on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think if I came across like an original OG 9 Inch Nails Downward Spiral tour shirt, I'd probably pay whatever the fuck that person was.
God, I bet people are trying to putting like $350, $250 on that shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
I get it, but I don't. But I'm just broke, so fuck.
Yep. There you go. That's the spirit.
Well, yeah, I'm broke too.
I am realistic in my approach, you know, where my limits are.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, here's a question. So, out of tours you've done, whatever, have you ever had a starstruck moment where you're with a band, you've always wanted to meet somebody, and you've been like, they say hey, and you're like,
I had one. It wasn't a show we played, but the Black Dahlia Murder came to Fargo, and that was the first time I got to meet Trevor, and I definitely fucking stuttered like an idiot. I got to pay that back in 2020. He actually came on a Maul Monday and bullshitted for like 3.5 hours.
Oh, right on.
Fucking wild, dude.
Right on.
Awesome.
And I got to approach that a lot better. But yeah, at the moment, I was like, I had all these things that I wanted to talk about. Like, dude, you know what I mean? But like,
yep,
we know exactly
when you meet someone who like changed, like Black Dahlia Murder was like early on in my death metal days. So like,
yep,
you know, and then that vocal style obviously like influenced so much of my like range or wanting to do back and forth shit. Like,
yep.
So yeah, that was like one of those moments. Other time wasn't like nervous at all, but we got to like rub shoulders with Fuming Mouth and fucking Savalba at
word.
Banging on the Rock last year in Little Rock. And,
that's cool.
You know, when we have friends that are in other bands that were playing like with Creeping Death and stuff like that, and I don't know, just being in that area with like bands that literally started Maul, you know what I mean? Bands like Fuming Mouth and Harm
Sure.
Bray and
Sure.
Savalba, like that death metal hardcore merge was like why we started. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
5 years later being there, it wasn't like nerve wracking at all. You know what I mean? It's like, oh fuck, that's Mark, dude. That's Fuming Mouth, man. Like,
Yep. I get it. I mean, the same as, you know, we have a metal channel. You know, we're fans too.
Right.
Literally, like everybody. So it's been one of the first shows back after the pandemic. We went and saw Hideous Divinity in Detroit, and God damn it, Stefano. Is it Stefano? Stefano. I think it's Stefano. Yeah, the bassist of Aborted and also of Hideous Divinity came walking up to my co-host Nick and I, and he was like, "Hey man, you guys are Thralls of Metal," and we were like, "Oh, yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's
all right. Yeah, that was a good time. Actually, we just met Brian from Black Dahlia Murder. He came out to show in Detroit a couple weeks ago. We went and saw Gorod, and we turned around and he's standing right behind us, and I was like, "Oh shit, hey!"
Hell yeah. Where were you at in Ohio?
We're in the Toledo area.
Okay. We play Toledo June 1st.
Yeah, we'll be there at Ottawa Tavern. Yeah, we're gonna come out
at the OT.
Yeah, it's a Thursday. I'll be there.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Yeah. I got Thursday off.
We'll sacrifice review day to come see Maul.
Yeah, usually that's like the bosses. It's like, hey, I got these. Who's coming over?
Right, I got 6 albums on tap. Who's coming over?
Yeah,
just make it review a show day.
You know what? I would like to start doing that. I don't know who we have to get permissions from to do that. Like, I would like to be able to do like live stuff at shows and whatnot.
Yeah, it'll open up a little more once we start getting some bands through where we're getting into booking, which is in Toledo area. So
yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, we want to work. We got some ideas for that involve more of like a presentation than a show, I guess. So we'll see where it goes with it. Maybe we'll get a hold of you guys. You know, we'll put you on a plane out here and
no, we'll drive.
Have some beers.
We'll drive. We're road warriors.
Man, I fucking appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Helping promote the show and getting some tickets going and stuff. I'm kind of curious where we're at. We'll have to
we're not doing bad. I talked to Zach the other day. We're not doing bad at all. So
yeah.
Should be a pretty good turnout.
I mean, it should. Look at the fucking lineup. I mean, that taking aside the fact that we're a part of it. If you look at the lineup from an outside point, like it's
a pretty solid lineup.
All fucking death metal. It's just straight death metal, you know.
Mm-hmm. And a bunch of cool avenues of death metal too. You know what I mean? You're getting everything, the full span.
Yep. So
this is our first run at booking shows. So we got offered the chance to hop on for Denver Death Fest, and we were like, yeah, man, let's do it. So
thanks for helping shit in the background work, dude.
Hey, you know, we're all. We kind of figure we're all in this together, man. Metal's a family.
Absolutely.
It always has been. It always will be. And if
it's
we
one
have
of
a chance,
the most tight-knit niches out there. Yeah. It is already so naturally like loving.
It's just cool.
Supportive.
And speaking of metal brotherhood and family, we're going to touch base on this for just a little bit because I want to. The Apollo Theater tragedy that happened during the storm. was that a tragedy, and the Metal Brotherhood has got to come together. There'll be a couple links in the description here for some GoFundMes that we found for some of the victims. Please search these out. Please help these people out. We've reached out to some of the guys in the bands that we know on a personal level. I've offered up I was like, dude, I'll drive my amps out there right now if you need them, man. Just you say the word and I'm in the car.
Yeah.
But please do whatever is in your financial means to do. We know there's a lot of people that are struggling right now, but anything you can do, whether if you're close, take them sandwiches, give them a place to stay, a place to wash their clothes, to relax, to not think about this. But our hearts go out to certainly the victims and those that are injured. We sincerely wish and hope for a speedy recovery so you can get back in the fucking shows, man. Get back in the shows and get back to doing what we all love doing. Listening to
that's unreal scary. Like,
no shit, man. As soon as I woke up, like I saw that, I was like, oh fuck. And I text Sonny, one of our buddies that was there, and I was like, man, are you all right, dude? Just give me something. I don't want an explanation. I don't want to, I know you don't want to talk about it. Just fucking punch something in the keyboard. Let me know you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I got on Facebook and saw Brian from Skeletal Remains just said, hey, we're all okay right now, but I'm not answering messages. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And, oh, Jesus.
Also, that was the same day my fucking friend Stan from Terminal Nation's house got destroyed. Little Rock got hit by a massive tornado too the same day. Like he's going to be without for a couple weeks. Like,
yeah, dude, for sure.
Up, dude.
Yeah,
Like so much of that city got destroyed.
Yeah, Little Rock got fucked, dude. I don't
know what the last week of weather's been doing. Like we've up here in Minnesota, North Dakota has been huge thunderstorms, and then the next day was a blizzard. Like
same thing here.
Yeah, I mean it's rained a lot anyway for us in the last 2 weeks or so. There's been probably 6 inches of rain in the last 2 weeks. But yeah, the storms came through here. I thought for sure there's a real big tree outside my window, and I thought for sure that was coming down. It's been insane.
I didn't know that Little Rock really got hit that hard. I've been so busy with stuff.
Dude, look at the videos, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's where I'm going before Denver. I have family that live in Conway, which is pretty close. And I'm going to be visiting them and shooting over across Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, or Oklahoma, Texas, then New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. Check in on them, dude. It's all fucked up through there.
Shit, I didn't know that. Yep. Well, thanks, man.
So thoughts out to my boy Stan too. I'm glad that the whole family and the animals are safe. But
for sure.
To lose your fucking home like that.
Yeah, shout out to Stan too. We're also Terminal Nation. I'm a Terminal Nation fan, so
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, please, metal community, just band together and help these folks out. It really sucks.
There's links out there. There's relief funds for Rockford, for Little Rock. If you got the means to do it,
do it.
There's a lot of good people out there that got fucked up, obviously. So
absolutely. So if you want to stay tuned for more announcements of Denver Death Fest, we have more interviews coming up. A lot of guys are on board with interviewing and hanging out. I'd say interview, but it's like more of a hangout bullshit session.
Yeah, we don't interview so well. We hang out really well.
Yeah,
we don't interview so well.
Questions are boring.
Way more relaxing.
Yeah. Questions are tests.
Yeah.
I want a conversation. I want to meet a fucking new friend. That's what I want to do.
Yep.
And that's what we did, Thrallers. So hit subscribe, notifications, all that jazz. In the bottom, we'll have links to Denver Death Fest where you can get tickets, denverdeathfest.com. Thrallsofmetal.com, of course, is always there. And we will have those links for some of the GoFundMe pages that we could find that are legit for helping out. And I'll look up that Little Rock. What was the foundation or the fund called for Little Rock again?
I don't know for sure, but I know if you just type in Little Rock Relief Fund, you'll see something.
Okay.
All right. I'll look it up and I'll make sure that is also in the description down there. Like I said, if you can help out, help anything, $5 even, you get 100 people donating $5, 1,000 people donating $5. It makes a difference for that family. So remember every inch. And again, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah, Garrett, we appreciate you. We look forward to Maul playing Denver. Thank you for accepting to hop on the bill.
Hell yeah! I better see y'all fucking stage dive there.
Oh yeah, and I'll text you guys or message you on the Facebooks because I'll be in a little early, and maybe I'll go to a vegan spot with you. I'll check it out.
You're not gonna see me stage dive. I'm in my 40s, man. It's not happening.
Come on.
I stand right on the outside of the pit.
Yep.
This, and usually I have fun. Yeah, I make sure people get up and falling down. But usually, man, we're all fucking awesome. Metal community is fucking great.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have to do that shit anymore. I just enjoy the view. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I stand right on the outside of the pit, and I usually don't get touched. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's the beard or just my resting.
It's the beard. You fuckers in your beards, man. Yeah. I can't grow a beard, so
my resting bitch face. Dude, that dude's fucking crazy. It's like, yeah, I am.
Yo, catch us out on the road April 5th through 23rd. We're hitting the West Coast, western part of the U.S., and then May 31st through July 1st, we're hitting the whole East Coast. South, we're hitting Texas, all the way into Miami, Florida, up through the Midwest and back home. So, we're coming near you. Come check us out.
Yes. Go check them out. Check them out at Denver. Just follow them around. Just everybody.
Yeah, follow us.
Get in your car and follow them.
Yep.
We'll fucking set up tents and joint circles, and we'll be hippies about it. Let's go.
Word. I'm in.
That's awesome. Thanks again, brother. We appreciate you. We appreciate all you Thralls of Metalers out there, if that makes sense. But until next time.